Senator Merkley, you talked about tackling the opioid crisis with a particular bipartisan act that you want to just bring forth. Kind of talk about the challenges you're going to face with federal funding fluctuating and the complexity between private schools and public schools.
Yes, well, there's an existing national fund, a $5 million fund. And what we've done with this bill, the School Access to Naloxone Act, is to make that fund eligible to do grants to schools for training on how to use naloxone and to equip the school with it. We have such stats in Oregon. We had opioid overdoses last year around 2,000, and uh, that just means we have to, if we want to make sure that our children are okay, we need to have naloxone available, and schools are a place that it should be available.
And as far as the Venezuela situation, do you think that it's better if Maduro is in U.S. custody or Venezuelan custody?
Well, Maduro certainly did no favors for the people of Venezuela. He's a dictator. But this action that's been taken by the administration sustains the dictatorship in Venezuela. It just says we want the vice president to be the head of the system, the head of the dictatorship, as a little bit more pliable, perhaps, individual than the former president. And this is, well, creating all sorts of problems for our conduct around the world. One, it's saying that we can do renditions of people that we have indicted in America, with a rendition being going to another country, snatching, grabbing them, bringing them back. We certainly don't support that principle for any nation to be able to come to the US and snatch people. We don't say to Britain, hey, you got somebody indicted in Britain, you can come and snatch them out of our jurisdiction, or to any other country, right? So the principle is not one that we support and would hurt us internationally. A second principle is the philosophy behind this new version of the Monroe Doctrine, which the president likes to call the Dunroe, for Donald Monroe principle. And that's that we're going to control all the resources within our sphere of influence. But if that is the doctrine, do we think it's helpful to the United States economy and our interest to have China controlling the resources of Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam, South Korea, and the Philippines, which are in their geographic world? No, absolutely not. So that hurts us there, and it also hurts us in terms of that we're not advocating for democracy. We're just saying we want a different dictator. We want our dictator. We want a pliable dictator. We want to snatch your oil wealth for our US oil companies. This awakens a whole reservoir of hostility from Central American and South American countries that long resented America trying to pry them open and snatch their resources for American corporations. So in many ways, this damages American interests.
So just to clarify, you don't think that Maduro is better off in U.S. custody?
Well, if the question is whether he was a good leader, the answer is no, he's not. The question is whether removing him in this type of snatch and grab operation serves American interests? No, it doesn't.
Um, and the sanctions that are in place aren't helping at all. What do you think is the resolution or the plan B?
In terms of Venezuela,
Hmm.
well, right now the administration is saying that we're going to sustain the sanctions. That means intercepting oil tankers. We continue to, I think, intercept two more yesterday, and the idea is to put a chokehold on Venezuela and say it's our way or it's poverty. It's our way or economic collapse. So again, this is the right, might makes right, the gunboat diplomacy approach to the world, and not one that yields well, enduring relationships that benefit people in the foreign country or in the United States.
And could you just speak to the person who may disagree with that and say that you're actually hurting the the citizens of Venezuela and just kind of touch on the humanitarian piece?
Oh, sure. You bet. What would really be helpful in Venezuela is for us to advocate for democracy. Two-thirds of the country voted 18 months ago for the opposition to restore democracy. And what would be helpful to Venezuela is to say, yes, government buy-in for the people makes sense. We're either going to support the person who ran, that's Gonzalez, and won that election on a 2-to-1 ratio, or we're going to work with the world to sponsor high integrity elections so you really can choose who you want to lead now. It might be somebody different than 18 months ago. And we're going to partner with you to enable Venezuelan economy to thrive and for your democracy to thrive. This is a nation that for 3 decades was considered to have a stable and well-respected democracy. The people of Venezuela are craving to have it back and determine their own future. And that's what we should be advocating to make happen.
And Senator, I know that a lot of arguments are kind of opposing how the Venezuela situation is being handled as far as bypassing Congress and their vote. Just want to know personally, what would you have voted if given the opportunity to vote?
Well, if the question was using military force in a snatch and grab in support of an extrajudicial rendition, no. This would be a big mistake, as I outlined. It hurts our interests, American interests, all around the world to engage in such an action, which is contrary to any principle that we want to be kind of followed around the world. And it hurts our economic interests around the world, and it hurts the Venezuelans to be in this fashion. But if I asked what to do about Venezuela, I would have said, go down and advocate and work with the world to support a return to democracy. So the Venezuelan people can determine their own future. They have a long experience before they disintegrated from a republic into a strongman state. They have a long experience with democracy and running their own country. Certainly, that is the key.